Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I really like working with the energy of the moon because how we feel is what our experience of life is, right? So it's always good to know what's going on. The moon changes signs every couple of days, and it really affects how we're feeling about things as it come in contact with those other planets. So that's why I do that. Somebody asked me that recently. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this week. We're going to cover the Moon Astrology for the 7th of December, wow, until the 13th. So with this week is a week of gearing up for, prepping for that big eclipse that's coming next Monday on the 14th. While I'm getting your cards for this week, this one too. I want to invite you to come and join me tonight at Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 p.m. I'm doing what I call Moon Day Night Live, and we get together and we pull some cards for each of the signs of the zodiac, and then we really interesting cards. And then we go ahead and I answer questions. Last week we had like 40 minutes of Q&A, and it's an opportunity to get a couple questions answered from Spirit if you want. So you should come and join me. We had a lot of fun. It really was a lot of fun. So, and thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, for hitting that subscribe. For those of you that have hit subscribe, go ahead and hit the notification bell. And you hopefully will be notified when I upload videos. I noticed that I have some channels I'm subscribed to that I have the notification bell on for, and I haven't been getting their notifications. So I don't know what's up with that, but give it a shot. It might work. Okay, so you have for this week, for the overall energy, you guys showed up for yourself. You have the moon. You have the moon. This moon looks like it's sprinkling stardust. This moon looks like it's the moon and the sun. See, over here you have the moon's face, but it's full, and it kind of feels more like the moon and the sun, and so it kind of feels like eclipse energy, which is funny because it's a new moon eclipse, so it wouldn't look like that, but that's when they're conjunct. But she's sprinkling out stars out of her hand, and so I feel like this moon is a very hopeful moon. And you're going to get some information. And there's a reason why I can tell you're going to get some information based on what some of the other planets are. But I don't know if you get enough clarity because it's kind of, you have the Page of Water, which is like the Page of Cups. And we have the Page of Air. So air and water. Oh, this looks like the best light over here to see them in. I'm going to get the lighting right. This is the best yet, though. I feel like I'm getting close. Okay, so, and I've switched it 3 times during these videos, so, but already I think, though, we're finally getting somewhere here. So this Page of Air is looking up at a sliver of moon. Ooh, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. So, some information is coming in, but with the Page of Air, it feels like this is information that you're going to get from the divine. This is information that you're going to download. This is information you're going to pick up through sound waves. So, a phone call, an email, Spirit talking to you. Pay attention when you are taking a shower or bath because we have the Page of Water involved with this. But it feels like a message that shines some light on a situation that is going to be emotional for you. And I feel like it's positively. It feels positive. When I see the Page of Water, it always feels, a little Page of Cups. It always feels like a new beginning, a new emotional start. And so I feel like there's information coming in, but that you need more because the moon is really right there at it's just a sliver of a moon. And so I feel like more information will be needed. So we start out this week with the moon in Virgo. And the moon in Virgo, Pisces is in your opposing sign, right? And so that, especially if you're Pisces rising. But if you're, it is in your opposing sign. If you are a Pisces rising, though, it's in your 7th house of relationships, which makes this little page here very interesting. But when the moon is there, it's going to be in a really nice trine energy, with a very supportive energy, with Uranus, who likes to give sudden information, sudden insights over there in Taurus. And so it kind of shaking the ground up a little bit there. And it's like, what radical change are you willing to make to change something in your life? What action are you willing to go ahead and go for? And so you're thinking about that. And the moon is going to be in a square with Mercury. And so, and also the sun, which is like a very tense energy, but it's about communication and getting information. And then the moon is going to be in this nice aspect with Venus about what do you really feel inside, and what resonates for you and what feels right. And that is really nice for you, because Venus is in Scorpio, a fellow water sign. And so when the moon is in that energy, that kind of trines over to you. I feel like you are going to, I feel like there's intellectual information coming in and messages from the heart, and connecting the heart and the head. And I always say, when you're making decisions, it's good to gather real information. But when you go to make the decision, I like to use my heart. Like, what feels right? Like, I do the work. I gather the information. I don't necessarily just jump off and like, oh, I'm going to, well, sometimes I do, but mostly I try to gather information. So there is an analytical aspect to the decision-making process, but when I have narrowed it down to 2 choices, and then then it's the gut. What feels right? And you being such a highly intuitive sign, what feels right is super important for you as well. So, I'm going to pause the video for just a second. I have got to turn down the heat, or I'm going to melt right here. And I'll be right back, and you won't even hardly miss me. I promise. I promise you won't even notice I was gone. I'm back. Sorry about that. Did you miss me? So with this energy there, all that happening, then the moon is going to come right at the last degrees there toward the end of the day on Tuesday. It's going to come into that trine energy, again, a very supportive energy with all those planets over there in Capricorn, the ones that have been running the world for the past year. And so Pluto's like, what are you going to transform? And Jupiter says, yeah, but and how do you want to expand this out? And what do you want to do with it? And Saturn says, yeah, do you have a plan? Do you have a plan? The thing is this is a week where we go a little deeper, where we're making the decision, where we're really deciding what it is we're going to do, what we're going to alternate, what we're going to change. And so, there's a lot of supportive energy for you this week. In particular, you have really nice setup on the days where the energy is really strong and asking you to dream a little. And I think on Tuesday when would it be on Tuesday? Yeah, I think it's on Tuesday. And I don't actually have it in my notes, but I'm pretty sure that the moon is going to be in a really it's going to be in an odd angle with Neptune in Pisces. And I think it's really going to be saying, hey, I think this is why the moon's here. Hey, are you giving your dreams the value they deserve? Are you placing enough value on your dreams? And are you willing to do what needs to be done? And I think for you, this is going to be a big deal. I think it's going to be a little uncomfortable if you don't respond, if you don't have the conversation with your higher self, if you don't take the time to really think about it. I think it becomes very important this week. So we have being grounded, the armadillo. Ooh, the lighting looks good. You can see that picture. Look at that. That's cool. Yay, Maggie. And then we have the horse. Oh, and this one too. Okay. In this one is hard to see anyway, But this white horse is coming out of the light, and there's a doorway, and it's in the middle of the forest. There's forest on both sides. It is very cool, and it's freedom. It is freedom. So that is, oh gosh, with the moon in Virgo, it's like take that dream that you want, that's the freedom, right? And pull it down, ground it, and make a plan. That's how you manifest it. I think these little pages, I feel like this is your intuition talking to you. The crown chakra and the heart chakra. Really asking you to investigate what it is that you really want to do, and then being willing to take very actionable steps toward it. Very cool. Groundedness also tells me that because Neptune being right there in your sign right now and all this energy floating around it like it is this week, make sure you are doing things to ground yourself. So saltwater baths, going for walks, sitting in meditation and imagining that you have roots growing out of you down into the ground, standing with your feet hip distance apart and putting your arms down and holding that mountain pose, just allowing yourself to feel fully grounded. Eating root vegetables. Wow, okay. Eating root vegetables, they said. So doing things like this to help yourself be very grounded, because this is a week where your dreams and your fantasies could literally float you away. And that would be a shame, because what you really need to do is take them and manifest them by making some action step plans for yourself. So on Tuesday evening at 7:01 p.m., the moon is going to move into Libra. And right away almost, okay, I'm going to get into that, but I'm going to pause. This is the card you got for that. You have the goose. This is the card for Wednesday and Thursday. Well, things get a little dicey about, do you have a plan? It says your dreams and desires are calling you to action. The journey begins today. This is why, look, he's not in flight. He's standing. He's grounded. Can he fly? Absolutely. But your dreams are calling you this week, big time. There's so much of that. And so it is about making a plan. It is about being grounded. That is going to be so important, because that moon is going to be annoyed on Wednesday and Thursday. There's a lot of things annoying the moon, so you're going to be feeling a little irritable, but allow it to be an opportunity to poke you to get into action steps of what you want, because the moon is going to be opposing Chiron, and so the things that bother you, that hurt, are going to pop up. And then it's going to be irritated by Uranus saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're going to do something? You're going to do something? And Neptune's like, what's your dream? What's your dream? What's your dream? And so this is going to be like all this inner dialogue going on, because the moon is also going to be in a very nice aspect with Mercury and the sun, and they're again communicating to you, what is your dream, what is your goal, what do you want, what do you want? And so this is really going to be important that you figure out how to put it into action. So the moon is going to be opposing action-oriented Mars over there in Aries, and so yes, there's a need to really figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And then the moon squares off with what we'll call a Capricorn Council. Not my term. I love it, though. I heard it like so many places. I don't even know whose idea it was, but I love it. So Capricorn Council, Pluto says, hey, you can transform into something. What you going to transform? And Jupiter's like, yes, and you need to expand that idea, and you need to decide what you're going to do. And Saturn goes, yeah, you need boundaries. You need structure. You need a plan. What you got? And this is a conversation that's going to go on in your head all week long. At the same time, you're going to have all this very supportive energy. And if you listen to your intuition is going to be whispering to you about what it is to do, what it is you want, what you want, and some action steps. What you want and some action steps. So really following your intuition this week is going to be super important. Super important. On Thursday night, Venus has she's in Scorpio right now, and that's a fellow water sign, and she's having this really nice conversation with Pluto, which is actually in a good aspect to you, and it's a really nice aspect with Neptune. And they're having a conversation. Are you willing to go a little deeper to figure out what it is you want, to dive a little deeper? What do you want to do? Thursday night at sundown is the beginning of Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to my Jewish friends. I don't totally understand everything, but I do believe that this is the Festival of Lights where they celebrate the fact that the oil that was only supposed to last one day lasted 8. And they did it by conserving the oil, I'm sure. They didn't burn it brightly. They probably had it down to just barely had a wick, right? Trimmed the wick way back and did what they could on their end. It is a miracle that it lasted that long, but it required action on their part too, right? So, same with your dream. And this begins that 3-day period before the new moon, which is the dark of the moon time. The part where we pull our energy in and we nurture that light within. And we take care of ourselves. And so this is really important when that moon moves into Scorpio at 8:59 p.m. on Thursday night, is really about nurturing yourself and going within and finding the light within and finding the peace and resting. Like this weekend, try to schedule yourself up so that this weekend you have a light schedule, and if not, downtime completely. Because it is going to be hard to do anything but listening to your dreams, doing some journaling, thinking about what it is you really want to do and what you want to create. It is time to nurture your dreams because the moon is going to be trining Neptune there in your sign. And the sun is going to be trining, which is, so a trine is a triangle. And if you think about it this way, it's the most supportive geometric shape there is, the most stable. But if you look at it, it also looks like an arrow. And I feel like when the moon is trining Mars, which also looks like an arrow, it's about what action do you want to go in, which way do you want to move. It becomes really important. So you have generosity. What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? Okay. So Pisces, you tend to give. Overgive, right? Pisces moon here, I know. And you need healthy boundaries around this, but that's not the generosity they're talking about here. This is what is the treasure? The treasure is your dream. It is your idea. It is this thing that you need to nurture. And if you don't, so you've been downloaded this idea from your higher self. But if you don't act on it, then you're just keeping it to yourself and you're not putting it out there to create a light in the world. So don't do that. And I don't care what the idea is. It doesn't have to be a spiritual thing at all to be a light in this world. When we create, when we do something that we're passionate about, that creates a higher vibrational energy. That higher vibrational energy is the light. And right now we need all the light we can get. So go create something. Whatever this is, that this dream is, bringing it into reality, manifesting it and creating it. That's what you're here to do. And then you have explore. Map shows what you already have discovered. Go find another way. You have a new idea. You have some kind of a new idea. A new way of doing things, a new vision. And if you keep it to yourself, you're dimming your light, which is fine if you're trying to conserve energy for a short time, but it's not good to not burn brightly. So, rest now. With that eclipse, it's time to get moving. Plant that seed, start taking some action. Saturday night at 9:39 p.m., the moon moves into Sagittarius. And Sunday, the energy is very supportive of rest and relaxation. There's hardly anything really happening. There's no big anythings. And so take that time to self-nurture, self-care, pull your energy in. If you can schedule that day for yourself, do it. Not everybody can, and I understand that. But if you can, it's a really... I really love my spirit guides. I don't know if you can read this. It says take time for yourself. For Sunday, that's the directions. Take time for yourself, the tulip. Enjoy relaxation activities that nurture your soul. I mean, there you go. Boom, right? Drop the mic. All right, so wow. That eclipse that's happening Monday, it's happening at the galactic center almost. The galactic center is 26 to 27 degrees of Sagittarius. Well, this is happening at 23 degrees. That's a conjunction. It's close enough. And so it's a big deal. It's an opportunity to plant your seed of intention in ground that is limitless. And you've got Neptune in your sign pushing it out even more. There's a lot happening. Nurture yourself, take care of yourself, go within, and then get ready to burst forth the door and go for the freedom. I mean, this is amazing energy, okay? So stay grounded this week, take care of yourselves, but make a real plan for what you're going to do, all right? I hope I see you tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Moon Day Night Live, and we can have some fun, and I can maybe give you a little extra guidance if you'd like that. So hope I see you there. If not, I'll see you back here next Monday when we are going to be talking about that eclipse a lot more than we already did today. It is a big deal. All right, you take care, and we'll talk soon.